Hey, good morning, Wind Chasers. Welcome to another episode of Chasing the Wind. Pastor Mark checking in with you on a Monday morning, and I want to give you a little encouragement today. I am reading through the Old Testament, and I've gotten into Exodus. I haven't got into Numbers yet. That'll be like bamboo shoots under my fingernails, but that's okay. So I'm reading in this stuff on Exodus, and one of the things I noticed about it is there's all these. Once you get them through the Red Sea and all that good stuff, then you notice some things going on, and God starts telling them, okay, here's how we're going to do things. And He gives Sabbath laws and the festivals, and He says, and here's what I love about it. He says, decorate the tent of meeting, whatever it was, in a certain way. And He was specific, folks. I mean, He was specific. I used to kind of facilitate a behavioral process kind of thing, one of those testing, that not the Myers-Briggs. It was a different one. I won't mention it, but anyway. But we talk about the different ways that people behaved and stuff. And it's interesting if I was to, thinking about how God is. God's all of them, really. He can be very whimsical, and then there's other times He's very detailed, and other times He's, He's just more concerned about everything. And He kind of sums them all up together. But there was this piece where I'm looking at it, and even the priestly garments, they had purple thread, and He was like so specific about stuff. It was interesting. Here's what's interesting to me too is I was out at my campground the other day, and I love being on our campground. And at night, when you might have a few campers that have some little lights on here and there and whatnot, but I love finding a spot where the light pollution is minimal, and our campground is up on a hill. And it seems that the stars are more pronounced up there. And, even on the back deck at my house, I probably talked about this. If I am, I'm not repeating, I'm reviewing, as my wife, I tell my wife all the time. I will just take notice of the stars and think He calls them each by name, Scripture tells us. He calls each star by name. I thought, man, if He's concerned about stars, if He's concerned, as Jesus said, about the flowers of the field, then how much more is He concerned about us, and does He call us by name? But here's the cool thing, and I just read this about how God, there's parts, especially of the Old Testament, where He says, these are the descendants of so-and-so. And it's very easy to skip over this stuff. I was tempted to skip over this stuff. Scan it. Remember Jay Odyssey is telling us in college with collateral reading, goes, you don't have to read every page. He goes, just skim it. I'm like, now you tell me? And boy, that was a game changer for me. But anyway, from the beginning, and you look at that where, I'm just thinking about Genesis 5. When God created man, He made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them. And when they were created, He called them man. Okay, now let's not get all hung up on that. It's about humanity there. But He called them by name. The Adam, we call it Adam. Man, human, person. You ever get into what your name means? I remember someone giving me a plaque one time that told me what Mark meant, and it meant mighty warrior. Boy, did they, but my mom missed that one on me. Flight or fight? Yeah, I'll see ya. I'm out of here. Not all fighting's done with your fists, though. Sometimes it's done just standing up for yourself, and that's not a bad thing. I used to not like my middle name, Edward. I always said when I got my doctorate, I was going to start going by M. Edward Hansen. I had to do that. There you go. Doesn't it sound more dignified? It's going to take a lot more than that to make me dignified, trust me. But here's what's really, really important I want you to walk away with this week, folks. God knows you. He knows your earthly name. He also knows your heavenly name. We get new names, we're told, I think, in Scripture, if I remember correctly. And God knows that name. He knows us better than we knows ourselves. Isn't that funny? He knows us better than we know ourselves. I think that's what omniscience means. I don't know that necessarily means that God knows exactly what's going to happen. We could argue that one until the cows come home. But here's what I do know about God's omniscience. It means he knows me better than I know me. He knows things. He knows what's best better than I do. Right now I'm in a phase where just in a prayer time with some friends, and they were talking about God sifting. As I don't want to be sifted, and I realize that's probably what's going on in me right now, is being sifted, and I'm being prepared. And I don't like that, to be honest with you. I liked how my life, when it was predictable and I knew it was going on, and now it's like, God, this doesn't feel good. But I take heart knowing that the God who knows my name means he knows me and he knows what I need right now, today. And so, Wind Chasers, I want you to hang on to that today. Know that God knows you better than you know yourself. He knows your name. He knows exactly what's going on, where you're at. And he's there. He's got this. Okay, as a young friend of mine reminds me, he's got this. He's got this. So remember that, folks, is that you are valued enough that God knows your name. That's why call a person by their name. It's a good thing. It acknowledges that who you are. So, Wind Chasers, you're Wind Chasers today. I'm calling you by name since I don't know all your names. Keep chasing the wind, because the wind is chasing you. Till next time, I'm Pastor Mark. Grace and peace.